Before I get into the questions that you guys already sent me, you might be asking, why am I wearing this hoodie? Well, the answer is simple. I may or may not have shaved my head. Also, I'm in Iceland. What's up guys? Welcome to my Q&A video. Today I'm going to be answering a lot of your questions and announcing the giveaway winners for the 3 copies of the Fairy Court Lillia skin. So I flew to Iceland, I shaved my head, and now since I'm super jet lagged, I'm filming a video in my parents' living room. Look at how awesome it is at 3 a.m. And guess what guys? During the summer in Iceland, this is what 3 a.m. looks like. Yep, that's right. During the summer in Iceland, it is bright outside 24 hours. Like, unironically, it's crazy. Anyway, let's get to the video and the giveaway. For the giveaway winners, I'm gonna spread all 3 of them out throughout the video to make sure that you guys are actually watching the video. Matter of fact, if you're watching the video, put this emoji in the comments below. If you put this emoji, you're a real one. Also join my Discord and my Patreon. And subscribe to my Twitch and my Twitter. If not, you might start balding like me. Look. Why is it uneven? Why? What is going on? Listen guys, I've always had this, but what is this? Am I balding? I'm only 23. Because I was shaving my head, right? Like, I was just shaving. I was going crazy. So I don't know if I, like, shaved it or if I'm actually balding. Like, pray for me. The first winner of a Fairy Court Lillia skin. And don't worry guys, if you already own the skin, I'll give you another skin. But without further ado, the first winner is Fergin4979. Congratulations Fergin. Thank you for supporting me and watching my videos, and enjoy the skin. Fergin asked, what champs do you usually play for your collegiate team? That's really cool, but sad they don't like your Lillia. The champions that I play mostly for my collegiate team are Wukong, Lee Sin, Jarvan, and then sometimes I'll play other champions like Xin Zhao, Sejuani, Maokai. It all depends on what the team needs. Hopefully in the future, next year, maybe I'll be able to pick more of my signature champions, but I really love playing Lee Sin. So if you guys want to see more Lee Sin content, listen guys, I'm really good at Lee Sin. So if you want to see my Lee Sin combos, tune into my stream sometimes. Next question. Lucas says, what do you think of Black Torch? I rush it every game. Then Landry and Rylai's a video for new items. I believe that I did make a video for new items, but since I have a lot of time during the summer, I'm going to be putting out more and more build guides as the season goes on. Black Torch is the item that I would go first, and then I would build Liandry's because the new build path for Liandry's has the new item Faded Ashes. Faded Ashes has a passive, and Blackfire Torch has a passive. They both do burn damage, and both of them do 20 damage flat to monsters. And so if you build Blackfire Torch and then you build Faded Ashes as you build into your Liandry's, right? That is the most optimal amount of damage you can get, because as you'll notice, not a lot of people notice this guys, Blackfire Torch and Faded Ashes have the same passive almost, but different names. So they will stack. Do with that what you will. I think it's the best build path is Blackfire Torch, Liandry's, and then you can change your build. Riftmaker, Rylai's, Force of Nature, Jack Show, Deadman's play, like whatever. Obviously you should adapt, but if you want to know what build I think is the strongest, you can check out my build guide. Pedro Carvalho says, my 2 Lillia goats in the same video. Thank you. Jay Sudgetiz says, love your content. Was wondering, when do you go more of a damage build compared to a tank build? Does it depend on your teammates and enemies? Yes, that's exactly what it depends on. Depends on your team, depends on the enemy team. What do you need to win this specific game? That is the type of question you should be asking yourself. You should be cultivating your builds, you know, learning from your mistakes. And I will be making a more comprehensive video sometime soon in the summer. Once I have a few more Lillia games this season, this build guide will have tons of different options and examples based on your team and enemy team, so that I can show you guys when you should build tank, when you should build damage, when you should build utility, all these things. It's going to be an amazing build guide and it'll come out sometime soon. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Until then, what do you think fits the game the best? And you might be wrong sometimes, you might be right, but as long as you're thinking, you'll get onto the right path. Sweet Vile says, thank you always for your content. Do you have any tips regarding how to play well in games where your entire team is behind? What kind of approach to playing would be the best to take in that situation? The best way to play when your entire team is behind and you're doing okay, or if you're behind, is pretty much to trade on the opposite side of the map. So what you do is you try to react or predict where the enemy is going to be putting their jungler and their resources. The most obvious one being Dragon, right? So if you see that Dragon is spawning and you know you're behind, ask yourself, am I really going to fight this dragon? The answer is probably going to be no. So since you're not fighting the dragon and you know the enemy team is going to be fighting the dragon, you run to the enemy top side and you take his camps. Maybe after you take his camps, you can dive top lane, and then that's your play. So we effectively punished their side of the map by going to the other side of the map. So you have to play opposite of where the enemy team is playing strong, and you can usually tell where an enemy team is playing strong based on what objectives are spawning, which tier 1 towers are available for them to take, and all those type of things. So think about that. Lawrence Peklo, nice video, Mr. Hero. Was wondering, which items do you recommend while behind? I think that Rylai's is a very good item. It's very cheap and strong. And then any of the defensive items, sometimes you can go Zanya's, but I think Zanya's is pretty expensive. Items like Abyssal Mask against heavy AP, Plated Steel Caps against heavy AD, Plated Steel Caps or Merc Treads. Sometimes, if I manage to survive, if I'm very far behind, I'll try to go for Liandry's, Riftmaker, and then Jack Show. I think Blackfire Torch is just the best, so I'm not sure. Maybe you go Blackfire Torch, and then you go Liandry's. I think that Blackfire Torch, Liandry's, Rylai's is just a very solid build path, and it's pretty cheap. So if I was behind, I'd probably go for that, and then into more utility and tankiness if I was behind still. The next giveaway winner, number 2 out of 3, is J. Vic Con Ms. Is Stravi. Congratulations, whatever your name is. And his question was, yo, what's up? What's up, dude? I have a question. Are you actually Icelandic? Here I am in Iceland, wearing my Icewear Iceland since 1972 hoodie in my Icelandic house. Well, it's not my house, it's my parents'. Yes, I'm Icelandic, and yes, I am Icelandic. Icelandic Hero is my username because I'm the hero of Iceland. Fun fact about that username, I got it from another person. I got it because back in the day, I used to live in my small town of Ísafjörður, and we would play League of Legends, all the Icelandic people there that played League, and the best player was a Diamond 1 AD carry main called Icelandic Hero. This was back in like season 2 or 3. I think back in season 3. And so I moved to America in season 4 or 5 when I was 12 years old. And I was like, you know what? I want to represent my country. So I stole his name. No, also guys, my mom, she's a designer for Icewear. She told me that if I get enough subscribers, listen guys, let's say 10,000 subscribers, I will try to get sponsored by Icewear and get Icelandic Hero merch by literally like a huge company. If you want that to happen, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. If I get sponsored by this company, I will literally do a giveaway of these hoodies. Like, you see how sick these hoodies are? And they have a ton of other clothes. So, subscribe. Help me out. Steven Stoney asks, hey, I really enjoy your commentary on the video. What's a good combination of runes and items for Miss Lillia this meta? Either jungle or top. Alright guys, I'm just gonna put the runes that I have been running up here. The only real difference is the new ability haste. I've been experimenting with trying ability haste in the minor runes. This is just what I've been running, so check it out. And for items, check out my build guide, which I don't know if I can put it up here or if I can put it in the description or in the pinned comment. I don't know. I'll put it somewhere. Maripak says, nice review. How do you manage to train and play in a team while doing your studies? Caffeine and other methods of keeping myself stimulated. I'm just kidding. I do drink a lot of caffeine, which I'm trying to take a little break now for the summer. But pretty much you just have to schedule yourself. I only played like 3 games of solo queue per day. Sometimes more if I was streaming. Otherwise, I was just studying. And then we had like 4 scrimmages per week, sometimes more, and then we had games on the weekend. So it is a lot, but it's a lot of fun too. I really enjoy it, so it makes it a lot better because it doesn't feel like a job or anything, and I get paid for it. The Wonder Doc says, not entering the giveaway since I got the skin already, but I'd like to know, in which spots do you go for Sork shoes instead of Lucidity? Is the new haste from Torch enough to offset boots so that you can do more against MR heavy comps? Let's see. I actually don't like Sork shoes that much, but sure, if the enemy team has a lot of MR, you could try, but you also have to remember that your Q does true damage, so Sork shoes gives you less value overall than on other Magic champions because your Q is the ability that you're maxing, and if you're playing well, you should be hitting the vital spot of your Q, and it does true damage. So what are we penetrating with our Magic penetration? That's why I think that if you're ahead, I would honestly either see you go Ionian boots if you don't see a threat on the enemy team, or plated steel caps and merc treads, guys. Those are my favorite boots. I think the defensive stats is better than getting Sork shoes because you know what saves you from losing your 700 gold shutdown? Being stunned for half a second less, or not taking 25%, or taking much less damage from auto attacks, from Fed 80 carry, you know? So those are the things that I like to think about. Mental Mittens says, I already have the new skin. I would love to know what you think about the new Void boots that give an empowered recall. Seems like it could be really useful in jungle, but I'm not sure when they could be better than Lucidity, Mercs, Tabbies. Also, Riftmaker looks great on paper, but typically doesn't seem as good in practice. What are some good situations to build it? So, I did see the new boots. I haven't tried them yet, but reading them, I wasn't sure if they would be worth it. I think that Lucidity boots would just be better in almost every situation. And obviously, Mercs and Tabbies, when they are situationally good, they're the best. So I will try the new boots, and maybe in the future I'll give you an updated idea of what I think. But no, I don't think they're that good. Also, Riftmaker, yes. I think the Riftmaker is the worst of Lillia's items. The situation where I would build Riftmaker is this, okay? If you are pretty strong and you're playing against a heavy melee team comp, imagine you're playing against like Udyr jungle, Pantheon mid lane, and Darius top lane. You know, those type of champions. And it's even better if they're playing tanks, not just like bruisers. But pretty much, if you're playing against 2 to 3 or more, probably like 3 or more bruisers and tanks, you can build Riftmaker, and then you can build like Landry's, and then also like Jack Show. And once you have those 3 items against that type of team comp, you are unkillable and you do a lot of damage. You shred their health bars, but you heal off them too. And the reason Riftmaker is better there is because the healing is more valuable against team comps that have less damage. It'll take them longer to kill you, which means that you have more time to heal. Mary Popping Caps says, hey, I picked up Lillia about 2 weeks ago. Your videos have helped me a bunch. Any advice you can give in regards to the new patch? Blackfire Torch is a very good item. You can get up to 10 CS per minute very easily. Try to full clear and keep your full clear tempo very strong. And you can reach up to 10 to 11 CS per minute and carry a lot of games that you wouldn't be able to carry before. Fox White says, do you think that Steel Caps and Frozen Heart, after nerfs, would still be viable for Lillia? Or would it be better to take Haste or Sorks instead with the new item? I think that for your most optimal gameplay, you should go the Lucidity boots for ability haste because it facilitates your Q having a lower cooldown. You have ability haste on Blackfire Torch, and then if you have ability haste in your runes, you can get your Q to a pretty low cooldown for a cheap cost, which we were not able to do in the previous season. That means you can clear faster, have faster tempo. So I think that that's what you should do. Frozen Heart and Steel Caps. I think Steel Caps is fine. It was actually not a nerf because they compensated with armor. Steel Caps is still good. Still build it when you need to build it. Frozen Heart is a little bit worse. And in my opinion, I think Frozen Heart just got a lot worse after the removal of Demonic Embrace. It's a lot harder to get health and then also fit in a Frozen Heart in this new meta. But I will say this, if you're playing against a really heavy attack speed team comp, Frozen Heart is still good. Just try to complement it with some health items. And last but not least, we have the third giveaway winner, Pale Poner. Congratulations, Pale Poner. He asks, or she, I don't know, what Riot employee has a foot fetish and why are they in charge of skins? I'm not sure. I actually know a few Riot employees. I have 14 Riot employees on my friends list. I know, I'm pretty cool. My brother actually used to work for Riot, and I can tell you that he doesn't, well, anyway, Congratulations on your skin. All the winners will be contacted. I will comment under your comments, and you guys should message me on Discord, and we can get that all sorted. And you know, I'll prove that you guys are who you are, and then I'll give you your skin. Thank you for participating, everyone. And if you want to see more content, more giveaways, more me, I don't know, maybe you guys like me, but if you want to see Challenger Lillia gameplay, especially now that I'm in EU West going for my climb, I just need an Ethernet cable because I have 60 ping, which is pretty crazy. It sucks, but anyway, stay tuned and subscribe and like. And honestly, guys, I'm a bit of a shill today, but if you join my Patreon for $5, you can get access to all my coaching videos. You can get access to all of my coaching sessions. And if you're interested in getting coached yourself, you can join my Discord and we can talk about that. Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support. I've been getting tons of new subscribers and a ton of views on my recent videos. So it makes me very motivated and I'm so happy to be doing this for you guys. So thanks for the support.